there's a cicada trying to get to the vacuum. And it was so scary. I felt like it was attacking me, but it was just attracted to the sound of the vacuum running. Anyways, I'm going to make the inside of the van look a little bit better. And I'm going to test out putting this large work table in my van, which was my original intention, but I thought it would be a bad idea because it's a super heavy table, but it would fit perfectly right here in the open space. So I'm gonna stick it here and try to work on it today. I mean, like, do my work on my laptop and see how it feels. But I want to make it look a little nice first. So I got this really long cloth. Well, I stole it from my mom, actually. And let's see how it looks. Okay. I think the table's gonna fit in here really nicely. And I think I've just come to the realization that the best way for me to make this van feel like home is to make it feel like my art studio. So this table's gonna help a lot. And this week I'm gonna really focus on the bamboo art stick installation thing, as well as fixing a lot of like little things. Like on the doors, I forgot to do all the insulation, as well as I'm gonna try to improve this privacy curtain and maybe hang up a second privacy curtain to keep the bed private, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like getting to this stage right now, everything gets like substantially more hard because you realize like the things that you've done so far, how they fit into the bigger picture, and also just like accountability with like finishing everything. So let me finish moving this table now. Gotta shimmy it. Shimmy. It's truly perfect fit. Fits perfectly. Yes. So this is an old school science laboratory table, and I bought it at a garage sale when I lived in Monticello Park. We bought it at a like random garage sale near Woodlawn Lake Park, and it's been my favorite like standing work desk, but it's super heavy. I bought these car storage cargo nets to put some storage solutions in the van, but I have to see how they're gonna work out. So, oh yeah, I bought this one too. So this one's a car ceiling cargo net, but I don't think I'm gonna put it on the ceiling. This didn't seem to fit really good up there, so I'm going to put it under the bed instead. I think that works better. It's kind of hidden away. Okay, I think this works a lot better underneath the bed. It's kind of secret, but not really. So, it just looks like this. There's 2 zipper compartments, but also could be suspended in between this, between space. So as for my list of stuff, electrical, I still need to figure out. The vent, kind of created a makeshift one. I'm just going to use it for the rest of the summer and see how it goes. I still need to fix or sell that broken AC, buy a gas generator of some sort. I'm also not worried about that right now too much. I finished making the window covers. I think they're decent. I need to figure out the dog crates, but right now, honestly, I'm not sure if I want to spend that much money for them yet. So that one's a question mark. Fix the bug screens, that's done. Buy a portable power supply. Yeah, I'm going to do that too, eventually. And then solar is eventually next year. The electrical, the generator, the portable power supply. These are all things related to electrical that I need to figure out still. I also need to move in to the van. I need to build a potty station, and I need to build a kitchen sink. So that's what I'm going to focus on this week. Moving into the van, build a potty station, and build a kitchen sink of some sort. And then, oh yeah, secure table. It's got to be secured to the van. Okay, so I finally got my workspace set up, and as you saw, I brought this really huge lab table into the main cabin area, and it's going to function as my office space slash art studio space slash kitchen slash whatever, dog house as well, because the dogs love to sleep under there. And this was my initial idea, but I didn't want to do it because I thought it would be too heavy. The table is like extremely heavy, well built. It's a, school laboratory table, but it's such a good workspace too. So it fit perfectly, and I think I'm gonna keep it in there for a bit. I think I want to maybe build a sink in it somehow, or on top of it, or beneath it. I don't know. The other thing is that I'm really trying to be in this space so that I can figure out the design and storage solutions. I think this is a really interesting and fun challenge to have. But as I'm being in here, I'm starting to realize that it is a huge limitation to like not build anything. Like now I understand a bit more why people build out all these fancy cabinets and stuff in their van, because it's just a more efficient use of space. But for me, I think I just want to keep it simple. Just get a bunch of storage boxes and throw them in the back. And it's going to be inconvenient in a lot of ways, but I think it's okay for a while. The workspace seems very luxurious. It's really large, and the bed does as well. So I'm happy with those two things. I just have to figure out how the space will function. The other worst thing about my build so far is the AC, which is this huge, clunky, portable AC that I'm ducting out the passenger window, and I'm gonna ditch it as soon as I can, but in the summertime in Texas, it's just impossible. I also have no power supply for it. I have to run an extension cord from the house in order to run it. And next year, I'm going to figure out a real like power and solar solution. But for now, it's just gonna use it like that, kind of like I'm in a tiny house or something. And it's really huge. It takes up a lot of space and it's bulky, which I don't like, but it's okay for now. I'm going to put that on the back burner and just figure it out with time. Everything else feels good. I have a lot of things to figure out. I wanted to be able to see how I can utilize the built-in battery bank of the van because it's electric, and I think that there are settings in the van where if I have it on but not in the ready state to drive, it will kind of be in like a power save mode where it'll eventually turn off, and I think it'll have no power in the like this little dash, like the USB and 12-volt outlets. I think there will be no power going to those after some time. But I think if I have the car turned on in the ready state, like ready to drive, and or possibly plugged in as well from the charging ports, it will stay on continuously, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. I need to test that. I need to test out how the system's battery, two batteries. I guess there's the main driving engine battery pack. There's also a front. There's also a front one as well. I don't know how the electricity works exactly, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then I did buy this little adapter, security cam / dash cam adapter, where I could plug into the engine bay battery bank to have my dash cams in an always on state, so it could siphon off the battery from the engine bay area. And I wanted to do that too so that I can have my security cameras always on. I have one in the front dash area, and then I'll maybe get a second to like watch the inside. And then I would love to have a more robust security system for all the exterior angles, but like whatever, it's okay for now. So I just spent the last hour taking off the door panel and putting some Thinsulate and kill mat in there to make it a little bit more sound protected and a little bit more insulated. Also, after I stuck the desk in here the other day and used it once, and after I drove around with it for a few days, I really didn't like how it felt because it was way too heavy. And so I took it out, but it was really useful for me to see how the space works and figure out how I'm gonna store everything. And so the desk is out and it feels better. I'm gonna try just using the smaller desk that I made earlier, and I decided I'm going to build a little wet sink area right here next to the sliding door, and I'm going to make it really small and simple so that I can have like water supply there. And then that'll be it really. It's still really hot in Texas, so I'll carry around my AC and plug it into shore power when I need to. Otherwise, when I travel north, I'm not going to really need it, I don't think. Yeah, so I'll continue decorating, and I'm going to put up 2 privacy curtains here. Okay, sorry, the camera battery died while I was talking, but I was just saying I'm planning to put in some privacy curtains, and I'm pretty much done packing up all my stuff. I have approximately 3 to 5 storage bins of all my things, and I also have a few little containers for my clothing, which I think is my most clever storage idea. So it is this here. So like I got the typical plastic containers, but these things over here are actually plant growing containers. They're like cloth made, and they're meant for growing plants in them. But I thought they looked really cool for like storing clothes. So that's what I'm going to use them for. And I'm going to hang them up on the wall so that I have all my clothing like readily available, but stored away in a way. It seems like a good idea because these are really cheap too. They were just like $20 for a 2-pack, and they're just like really pleasant storage solutions. They're made of cloth, so I thought it would be perfect to store my clothes. So we'll see that next week when I install them and then finish with all the stuff I talked about. And that's going to be it for this week. Bye!